To quote the world-renowned canned sardine connoisseur himself, Matthew Carlson.
What are we even doing here?
We're building the very first plane in Tears of the Kingdom to see if it will soar among the sky islands or sink to the depths below. Now just to clarify, there are already so many amazing flying machines out there that people have been building and sharing online, but I hadn't seen anyone try faithfully recreating the very first plane yet, the Wright Flyer. Now, the Wright Flyer, crafted by the pioneering inventors and bike shop owners, brothers Orville and Wilbur Wright, marked a monumental milestone as the world's first powered and controlled airplane, successfully taking flight in the year 1903. This was the same year the very first Western film came out, The Great Train Robbery, which released to great success. And it was also the same year that your parents met. I'm kidding! Come on! You know that would be impossible, right? I mean, I have access to my channel's analytics, so I know my audience's average age and... To build the plane, I started by admiring the original Flyer's design and thinking about how we could capture the spirit of that aircraft with the tools available in Tears of the Kingdom. I had an idea for a proof of concept which you're seeing here. When I built it out and I saw it could fly, I took to Terrytown to begin building the real deal. Starting with the propellers, I wanted to capture the look of the two blade propellers that the original used, so I went ahead and combined two fans with a wooden wheel. I needed something to attach the propellers to the plane, so I used a wooden stick as some sort of... Anyway, it attached perfectly fine. For the struts, I went ahead and used two long sticks because they're nice, tall, and not too girthy. I attached a few more components to make it complete, and after that, I ultra-handed it and took it up a nearby hill for our first test flight. And it didn't quite work out, but at least we got some meat out of it. I grabbed some supplies from the Hudson camp and hauled them up to the Ulri Mountain Tower so I could have more materials to work with. And I also had the brilliant idea to use some metal parts for this design, but completely forgot about a returning mechanic from Breath of the Wild. Yeah, I also couldn't attach to two objects at the same time. And when I tried a less lore-accurate 4-blade propeller design, that's when I discovered that only 20 objects can be attached to each other at a time. So I had to keep my designs within that limit. I tried recreating the elevator that the original used, but had to scale it back with later iterations. After several failed flights, I realized I probably needed a Zonai wing in order to get the plane to fly, but I was stubborn and determined to see if there was any way I could generate lift for the plane without needing it. Hell, I even tried using 6 fans in a shape reminiscent of the mouse, but it was to no avail. Eventually I caved in and added a Zonai wing. And sure enough, this baby flew. Now if it worked with these magical mouse fans, I figured it could work if we used the original 2-blade propellers, right? All that was left was to do one final test. And here we have it, the final design of our Wright Flyer. With a mushroom stick holding our Zonai wing, with 2-blade propellers and a 3-panel wide wingspan, we were ready to soar. We just recalled and, moment of truth, we're flying. And beautifully too, dang. It's a little unwieldy, but we only needed to fly this for at least 12 seconds to match the original plane's flight time, and, well, we matched it. I suppose this would make Link an honorary Wright brother then. Link Wright? Mr. Wright? Mr. Wright? Nah. And yes, attaching a wooden pillar directly in the middle does make it fly perfectly fine and stable, but it does look a little bit silly. But that's not to say the other versions aren't silly either though, but I do prefer the more chaotic version. With that being said, it was a lot of fun building a plane that pays homage to the Wright brothers' work, and it really did feel like building the very first plane with all the trial and error that went into it. I have been building more stuff in Tears of the Kingdom lately and am looking for new things to build, so if you have any suggestions for me on what to build next, feel free to let me know and I could try building them to the best of my ability. And yes, I do also stream on Twitch where I will be hosting challenge streams for my viewers to pick what I have to build in-game, so if you're interested in checking that out, feel free to stop on by. So thank you very much for watching, and until next time, my fellow Hylians, fly high and stay soaring.